Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming back to see me. I'm really pleased you've done so, and I'm exceptionally pleased about to bring you my first ever Milifortic. Who'd have thought it? So it's the AD39M059. I had to look. Some of these model numbers are a bit like War and Peace, but this looks like a very cool watch. It's another watch that's sort of based on a Hamilton, rhymes with Smurf. I'm joking. But yeah, like I said, they reached out to me through my official email. I think subsequent to doing the sale video and stuff, and they said, like, we'd like to send you the watch. I was like, I'd love to review it. So here it is. Like I say, it doesn't make any difference how I obtain these watches, guys. Always keep it 100. Yeah, I've said it many times, but this watch looks really cool. Militado have put out a couple of VH31 versions of this watch. I've not seen many automatics kicking around, especially ones that look as good as this. So I was really intrigued to get it in hand. Like I said, some of you might have seen the watch wall video and you might think, actually, I'm going to pull the trigger already. Or some of you have waited. Hopefully in this review, I'll be able to cover the good, the bad, the ugly, also known as pants and Pukka. And you'll get there together. So hopefully, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. Please feel free to use it. But like I say, I can always say, sit back, relax. We're going to get there together because it's about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. As you'll see, Milifortic. Nice packaging. Packaging you can reuse, which I always appreciate. I've already unzipped it. You've got a foam inside. You've got a cleaning cloth. You've got a tool to help you size the watch if you want to take it off and stuff. Or sign, which is always nice to see. Let me put all that back. I haven't opened the cleaning cloth, as you'll see. You've got inner foam, both sides, just to keep it safe. And that's it really, guys. Nothing too elaborate, but does the job. And here is the watch. Let me put the crown in. We'll just give that a little wipe. So yeah, this is the Milifortic. This is the AD39M059. You've got another color variation to choose from. I like the sort of gilt one that I've got, but like I say, you can choose the other one if you like. But yeah, the AD39M059. Inside this watch, it's running the purpose-built, no-date version of the NH series, the NH38. So I'll bring that up now. Really pleased to have this in hand in terms of the movement. I would love to see top brands like San Martin and stuff start using this movement in their watches when they have no date. So yeah, 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, 41-hour power reserve. And like I said, no date, which is fantastic to see in a watch where there's no date on the dial. That's all we asked for. That's all I asked for. And Milifortic have provided that. So yeah, to be applauded. NH38 would also be known as a 4R38 in a actual Seiko watch. But there we are. The construction of the watch, aside from the leather strap, is all 316L stainless steel. And it's all brushed because it's got a tool aesthetic, brushed bezel, brushed case, brushed crown, brushed case back, and brushed hardware in terms of the pin buckle clasp. But that's good to see. I've seen before early doors of Boltony where they'd have all brushed and a polished clasp. Good to see that's not what Milifortic have done here. So yeah, all brushed aside from the strap. The case thickness of this watch is 12 millimeters. The case diameter I measured from the 8 to the 2. It was coming at bang on 39 mil. When you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it was coming at 42.5 millimeters. The lug width on this is 20. And the lug to lug, tip to tip of the watch was coming at 46.7 millimeters. So for me, very good proportions. Maybe could have been a mil thinner, but I think generally those proportions are going to be appreciated by many people. So there we are. The case back is screwed down, as you see, all brushed, as I said a moment ago. No signage or anything on there. Crown also screwed down at the 3 o'clock position. All brushed bezel. Like I said, for that really tall aesthetic for a field watch, which I think is good. The strap on it is very comfortable, to be honest. I can't knock it. It says genuine leather on there. It looks like one piece. It may be 2 pieces and they've sealed it really well, but either way it does wear really well in terms of how soft it is and stuff. But I think it's thick enough that it will last a long time. Pin buckle clasp signed with Milifortic on there as well, which is always appreciated. So there we are. The crystal covering the dial is a sapphire crystal, and it's not too bad, to be honest, guys. It's not the best crystal, not the worst I've had, but yeah, for the price up, I'll bring the price up in front of me. I think the sapphire crystal is doing really well. Yeah, not too bad at all. Definitely some AR coating on there to prevent the glare from the lights that I use, so that's good. The water resistance is started as being 100 meters, so that'll give you 10 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right. So it's coming at just below 77 grams, so 76.8, which is probably about right, to be honest, given the size of the watch, proportions and everything else. But let's have a look at the dial in a bit more detail. So nothing's been applied onto this dial, guys. Everything's been printed on. So you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. Everything's in sort of like a yellowy gold color for the sort of gilt effect. So minute track going around the outer edge. You've got numerals from 1 to 12 printed on just inside that minute track. You've got Milifortic, which has been printed on just below the 12 o'clock position. You've got WR 100 meters, just emphasizing the 100 meters of water resistance that I spoke to you about just a moment ago. You've got automatic, just below that, above the 6 o'clock position. I do like the fact this is an automatic. There's many watches that have taken inspiration from the sort of watch this is. But lots of them are sort of mecha quartz, which is cool. I love the VH31, but I'm really pleased to have an automatic homage of this watch in hand. You've got the cathedral style hands. The hands on this are high polished, and the proportions are excellent in terms of where they reach out to. With the hour, ideally you want it to kiss the inside of the numerals. With the minute, you want it to kiss just sort of inside of the minute track, and the second hand is just slightly longer, almost touching the outer part of the minute track, which I think are excellent proportions for the hands. Really done well, nicely polished, which adds a nice aesthetic against the brushed backdrop of the rest of the watch. And with me saying that, you'll now think to yourself, Si, has it got any lume? So I'll bring the lume up now. So I'll be honest, the initial burst of lume on this watch is good, but within 30 seconds, it has faded quite a lot. The lume on this, I think, could have been done an awful lot better. I believe when you get affordable watches like this, there generally is a trade-off. There's normally an area in which they've saved a little bit of money. And unfortunately, in my opinion, that would be the lume on this watch, guys. It doesn't really last very long. I would have probably left the lume to go a bit longer. And as you'll see through the video, it fades really quickly. And I would say within about 10 minutes, there is no lume at all. So I would like that to have been done a little bit better. But there we are. Like I said, the NH38 movement, literally one movement, boom, there you go. Take it out, it hacks. You put it back in, it will start back up again. And like I said, when it's in the position where it's unscrewed from the case, a little bit of pop. Maybe you could have done with the stem being a bit longer. It is what it is. To keep, like I say, if you turn it, it will charge it back. It will charge it up. What I do normally is I put it towards me and then screw the crown up, because you don't want it to start being threaded. But there you go, good size crown, everything going on there. So that's the dial, hands, lume, movement. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, guys. Give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. One moment. Okay, so guys, this is what it looks like on my wrist. My wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference. And I think you'll find it looks really nice. Really good, well sized. In the middle, generally, of where you've got the holes. So if 3 more to make it tighter, 3 more to make it looser. But yeah, it looks really nice, doesn't it? You can obviously see what they've drawn inspiration from, what this watch is homaging. But I think for the price, it looks like a good offering at this point, doesn't it? So that's the Milifortic. What do you think, guys? Okay, so guys and girls, that will now take me swiftly on to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with pucker. So what I think is pants about the watch is there's not a great deal, to be honest. I think this has been executed really well. Not too extravagant, simple, but simple is good with a watch like this. The only thing I'm going to say is the lume. As I mentioned a moment ago, there is normally areas with watches that are inexpensive, or I'd say affordable, where they cut corners, and I believe the lume is what they've done here. So that's all I'm going to say for pants is the lume. What I think is pucker is quite a bit more, probably unsurprisingly, like I said, because I do think they've executed this really well. One thing I'm going to say is a sapphire crystal. Nice to see a bit of sapphire crystal on this watch. Field watch are like all brushed. You got you got the sapphire crystal, so it should wear really well in terms of longevity and stuff, which is cool. The hands, I think the hands have been done really well. High polish, good proportions on them, like everything you could ask for the hands. The movement, the Seiko NH38 movement, is the purpose one in terms of when you have no date, which is fantastic to see. You got the leather strap. The leather strap on this is super comfortable. I dare say it will last a real long time. So that's good. The general look, like I said, there's no points for originality with this watch, guys. It's obviously drawn inspiration, and I would go, yeah, I would say it's homaging a more well-known watch. But general look and the price, like I said, I brought the price up earlier, just over £100 for a watch with these sort of proportions, and it's been executed like this, is really, really good, isn't it, in my opinion? So they're the things I'm going to say. Is I'll say the sapphire crystal, hands, movement, leather strap, general look, and the price of the watch. And that'll take me on to, would I recommend this watch? And again, when I have to do that, because obviously I always like to do that at the end of my videos, I do think it's silly when I've got so much as a disparity between Pants and Pukka. But it goes without saying, I would have to be honest. This watch is executed really well. If you want something that looks like this at a very affordable price, with the proportions this has and everything else, I think Milifortic do have you covered, to be honest. I think there's much to like about this watch. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, more importantly, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as I always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.